couple of days prior to Anzac Day, without too much organisation, we all, those of us who were there in Rotorua at the time, all assembled on the marae at Ihenga. There's a great family connection to Ihenga. Elton worked on the project with his uncle Lyonel. He and Jamie were married there. And I was privileged to help Lyonel with some maintenance some years later. Doing so, a rare opportunity arose to snap a close-up of Ihenga, without a telephoto lens I might add, but from the cherry picker we used to oil the tickle, which was the highest point of the project, and the last to be installed. Lyonel, Tingaru and I slept the night in the whare, which was an amazing experience. Lying back in bed in the dimly lit whare and hearing Lyonel tell the stories and the meanings behind the carvings was greater than any bedtime story one could imagine. I was also able to attend the grand opening with Mum. She was so proud of Lyonel's work, especially such a massive undertaking as this. The added bonus for her was that Elton and I were able to be there with her to enjoy the experience. As I mentioned previously, the tickle is the last to be added to the Wharenui. When the task was to be undertaken, Elton was at the top of the scaffolding holding the rope that held it, while the other workers supported from below. Somehow, it was let go and all the weight was now taken on the rope which alone Elton was holding. If he could not bear the immense load, it would go crashing to the ground and smash to pieces. Thus, the opening ceremony would have to be postponed. To avert a major disaster, failure was not an option. Lyonel so eloquently recalls the event, likening it to Maui pulling Aotearoa from the depths of the ocean. With every sinew in his body crying out for relief, Elton prevented the inevitable disaster and saved the day. A great family story such as this would largely go untold, I feel. So I deem it my duty to document it for future generations, whether here in Australia or New Zealand, to enjoy and understand just one of the seemingly insignificant stories connected to the building of Ihenga. Not legend, but fact. Eh? Yep. Yep. And Elton actually helped put the one right up on top. Elton actually helped put the fellow right up on top there.
So this one, because of that, he said, "You're the Carver, just get on with it. Whatever you do, I'll back you." So he kind of let the dog off the leash. Yeah, he was great. Because they're the very ones that say, do it like the gentleman. Do it like the gentleman.
Because I remember the opening is that people were blown away because it wasn't all this.
Yeah, but this being here gives it validation, right? And so they say that when they came to Lockdown Wall from Hawaii, they came and they approached the White Island and they've been on the street, under the ground, where they came up to the pops in the lake. So they were all the way out to Muddy to save them.
So when you City Point America, so how does that, you go there, there's a commission you to do carvings, How do you establish what the story is
Well,
about?
it's because part fiction,
Didn't they think it was a bird?
bird,
They saw the
or a
white
floating
bird.
island, or a cloud, the billowing sail. It's interesting when I hear the Hines talk about Cook
Yeah.
and the story about how they killed him was really interesting. And that when he turned up to Hawaii, he came in with their year split up into two energies. Coup, the time of coup is fighting, scrapping.
Adding to the significance of this amazing moment in time, for me, was the fact that Lyonel was able to be there with us all and explain and reveal the many facets of his art and its meaning. What an incredible legacy he will leave to pass on not only to the Grant whānau, but to all who beheld the beauty that lies within this magnificent work of art, Te Wharenui o Ihenga. Next to Te iwi o Rotorua, me ngā tangata o Aotearoa. Next to the people of Rotorua and the nation of New Zealand. This shot was taken by Ihenga himself. Maya placed her phone in time-lapse mode and used his head as a tripod. I'm sure he'd have been happy to oblige, considering the significance of the occasion. That significant occasion being all my children and grandchildren were able to make it to New Zealand for Anzac Day, except for Lisa and her two boys, Mitchell and Jack. Let me introduce my mokopuna. First we've got Ashley, behind her Maya, Stefania, Sophia. Behind Sophia is Tiana, and there's Aaron, Noah, CJ, and Robata. And now I'd like you to meet my whānau. On my left, Anastasia, Stefania, Jamie, Sophia, Tony. Up the back, Robata. In front of him, Andrea. Aaron. Behind him is Bianca. Then there's Ashley, Elton, and behind Elton is Noah. Then there's Tiana, and behind Tiana is CJ and Maya. Unfortunately, there are 5 missing from this shot. That's Crystal, Emily, and Alicia. That's Jamie's elder girls, and Jack and Mitch, who are Lisa's boys, and of course Lisa herself. Unfortunately, I don't have any recent photos of the absent persons, so I will explain who they are from these old photos. This is Crystal, who is now married, and Emily. Next we have Maya, Ashley, Julia, Emily, and Alicia in the background there, and that's at Bianca's place on our wedding day. This is a great photo I love, and it's of Jack, Papa, Mitchell, Grandma, and myself at their house at Swansea, which Lois and I formerly owned. Here's another great photo of Jack, Mitchell, Lisa, and Tiana. This is at the back of the house. Oh, I just had to include this one. Here we go. Zach, Andrea, Maya, Ashley, myself, Elton, Tiana, Tony, Bianca, Lisa, Lois, Aaron, Jack, and Mitchell. From the bottom left, Ashley, Aaron, Bianca, Tony, and Tiana. Tiana, Lois, and me. If my memory serves me correctly, this is Tiana's 8th birthday party. This is in Lois's backyard, next door to Grandma and Papa. She bought the house next door after moving back from Queensland, so she could be near them to keep an eye on them. Now this is the same backyard a few months later. What woman would let her ex-husband park all his crap in her backyard? Who, by the way, convinced himself that he was not going to get into any more cars after he came back from living in New Zealand for a year. Well, not just the backyard, but the front yard as well. Well, I've digressed a bit, as you can probably see. We've ended up in Swansea. But nevertheless, let's get back to New Zealand. We think the fuel prices are bad in Australia, but get a load of this. $3.16, the cheapest. What would a picture be without Lyonel and a Mark II Zephyr in the same frame?
Volcano. Crystal clear, beautiful water. Stuck in crystal clear, this thing's going to be cold. So the flex baskets you see in there, I'll put food in the, like potatoes or corn, and you just have it on a rope and then you just put it in, and it sinks down. It just boils the food and pour it back out and eat. Hopefully still corn. That one got corn.
Oh, Tony, go, 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 go. Ay, qué amor!